Hello everyone, I am Professor Mallikarjun Aute. Today's point of discussion is estimation of module or gear design by assuming velocity factor to account for dynamic load. Means what? Estimation of module is nothing but the gear design, and we are doing it for spur gear. The topic is spur gear. In this problem, the condition is different. Here we are designing the gear pair, or we are estimating the module when pinion and gear are made up of different materials. In the last lecture, we have seen that pinion and gear were having same material, and for that we have solved the problem for estimation of module or gear design. So now we are taking the different case. We are taking the pinion and gear are having different materials. Okay. So before going for estimation of module, we will just revise what we have to do. So generally this is nothing but the recommended series of module, choice 1 and choice 2. These are the series of module 1 mm, 1.25 mm, 1.52, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 16, 20, and these are the second choice module. But generally first choice or preferred choice is always used. Suppose how to use this? Once you will estimate the module, and suppose the value of module is something like 6.8 mm, but here the next value after 6.8 is 8 mm. So we are going to select the module as 8 mm. So this is how we are going to use it, and how we are going to use it, once we'll solve the problem, then we'll come to know. Now again, this gear design is based on some assumptions. See here, when number of teeth on the pinion are not specified in the problem, then take ZP is equal to 18. If it is not specified, if they have specified any value, ZP is 20, 24, etc., whatever the value which has been given, that you have to use. If not a single value has been specified for number of teeth on the pinion, then take pinion ZP is equal to 18. Means number of teeth on the pinion is equal to 18. Again, whenever the relation between module and face width is not specified in the problem, if it is not specified, then take face width is equal to 10 times module, means B is equal to 10 m. And also, if pitch line velocity is not specified, then assume pitch line velocity V is equal to 5 meter per second. We are using these values when any of the content like number of teeth on the pinion, relation between face width and module, and pitch line velocity, it is not specified, then we have to go for these assumptions. Okay. So now what we will do, we will read the problem statement. This is the problem statement. Okay, I will read the problem. Estimation of module by assuming velocity factor to account for dynamic load. A spur pinion having 18 teeth is to mesh with a gear having 43 teeth. The pinion and gear are made of plain carbon steel having ultimate tensile strength 600 Newton per mm square and 420 Newton per mm square respectively. Means pinion and gear are made up of plain carbon steel, but depending upon the content, the ultimate tensile strength for pinion and gear are different. Means even though they are having plain carbon steel, but the percentage of carbon may vary. That's why the ultimate tensile strength is different. That's why I will say the pinion and gear are having different ultimate tensile strength. That's why they are made up of different material. The pinion is supplied with 10 kilowatt power at 1440 rpm. The starting torque is twice the rated torque, service factor. The face width is 10 times the module. B is equal to 10 m. The tooth system is 20 degree full depth involute. Alpha is equal to 20 degree. Both the gears are case hardened to 400 BHN. Right? Hardness number is given. And factor of safety is 1.5. Assume velocity factor to account for dynamic load and determine the module of the gear. And for preliminary calculation, assume piston velocity as 5 meter per second. Right? And determine the first preference module. Okay, means whatever the module we are going to calculate, that has to be selected from this first preference value of module. if CV is equal to 3 divided by 3 plus V, this is the value for CV they have given. Y for 18 number of teeth 0.308 and Y for 43 number of teeth is 0.396. Means these are the values of Lewis form factor. Okay. So what I have done, I have just written the given content like you can see here. The number of teeth on the pinion are 18. Number of teeth on the pinion are 18 and gear are 43. ZP 18, ZG 43. Then SUT for pinion is 600, for gear is 420. SUT suffix P for pinion 600 Newton per mm square, SUT for gear 420 Newton per mm square. Power is 10 kilowatt. Here also power is 10 kilowatt. RPM is 1440. 10 kilowatt. RPM 1440. Service factor is equal to 2, which is specified in the problem. Again, B is equal to 10 times module. Alpha is equal to 20 degree. BHN is 400. Factor of safety is 1.5. And again, assume velocity factor to account for dynamic load. Means whenever we are designing the gear, we have to use the velocity factor to account for dynamic load, and we have to determine the module. Again, they have said that use the pitch line velocity as 5 meter per second. They have specified all the elements like number of teeth on the pinion, B is equal to 10 m and V is equal to 5 meter per second. And now we have to use CV is equal to 3 divided by 3 plus V. And also the Lewis form factor for 18 number of teeth, that is pinion, is given, and Lewis form factor for gear having 43 number of teeth is also specified, and we have to design the gear based on all these elements. Okay. Now we will start the problem. As we have seen here, the pinion and gear are made up of different material, right? Because their SUT is different. So that's why it is necessary to decide the weaker element between them. If material is same, by default pinion will be weaker. But if materials are different, in that case, what we have to do? We have to find out the product of sigma B into Y for pinion and gear, and that will decide the weaker element. This theory we have studied in case of Lewis equation. So I will write here as pinion and gear are of different material, as the pinion and gear are of different material. Therefore, the product of sigma B into Y for pinion and sigma B into Y for gear will decide the weaker element. Will decide the weaker element, because both are having different materials. We don't know whether pinion is weaker or gear is weaker. Okay, so first I will calculate sigma B into Y for pinion. We will calculate. So the sigma B is nothing but SUT divided by 3. So I will take SUT of pinion. So SUT of pinion is 600 divided by 3, right? Because I am doing it for pinion, so that's why I am taking SUT of pinion, and SUT by 3 is nothing but sigma B into Y of pinion. Lewis form factor of pinion, it is 0.0308. Sorry, it is sigma B into 0.308. 0.308. Now we will do this calculation. So it is 200, 600 by 3 into 0.308. So the answer is sigma B into Y for pinion is 61.6. Now we will do it for gear. So sigma B into Y for gear. So what I will do? sigma b means what? SUT by 3 for gear. What is SUT for gear? You can see SUT for gear is 420. So I will write 420 divided by 3 is SUT for gear into Lewis form factor of gear. It is 0.396 because number of teeth on the gear are 43. It is 0.396. So 420 divided by 3 into 0.396. So I got the answer as sigma b into y for gear is 55.44. Okay. So I will say this as 1 and this as 2. If I will compare 1 and 2, I can say that here the product of sigma b into y for gear is less, therefore gear is the weaker element. I will say product of sigma b into y for gear is less, therefore I will say gear is the weaker element, hence we will design the gear because gear is the weaker element, right? So as we have to design the gear, we should also know what is the RPM of gear because we are knowing the RPM of pinion. So what I will do, I will calculate the RPM of the gear. RPM is nothing but revolution per minute. So I will say to find NG. NG means RPM of gear. What I will do, I can write NP by NG is equal to ZG divided by ZP. This is the equation for gear ratio. So NP is 1440 divided by NG we have to calculate. ZP is 18 and ZG is 43. So I will write ZG as 43 and ZP as 18, and from this I will get the value for NG means RPM of gear. So that is equal to 1440. So here I will calculate 1440 into 18 and divide by 43 into 18 divided by 43. So here RPM of gear is 602.791. This is nothing but what? RPM of gear. Now we got the RPM for gear as 602.791. So now what we will do, as we are knowing SUT, we will find out the beam strength. We are knowing SW, we will find out wear strength, whichever will be weaker, bending or wear, depending upon we will design the gear. So first I will start with the value of beam strength. Okay, so I will be writing the equation for beam strength. SB is equal to MB sigma B into Y. Okay, so SP is equal to M will be as it is into face width. We know that face width is nothing but 10 times module. Now sigma B we have to select. So I am selecting sigma B for gear because gear is the weaker element. So what is sigma B for gear? It is 420. 420 divided by 3 into Lewis form factor Y. That also I will select for gear because gear is weaker element and we have calculated by using equation 1 and 2, whichever is the lesser. So gear is having value of 0.396, means Y for gear 0.396, and I will calculate this. So it will be 10 into 420 into 0.396 divided by 3. So the answer is 554.4 into m square Newton. This is equation A, means I got the value for what? Lewis form factor. I got the value for what? Beam strength in terms of m square. Now second is we have to calculate the wear strength. So the equation for wear strength is SW is equal to BQ D dash P into K. So therefore I will start with Q. Q is equal to 2ZG divided by ZG plus Z, right? Therefore Q is equal to 2 into number of teeth on the gear, it is 43, and number of teeth on the pinion, number of teeth here ZG plus ZP means 43 plus number of teeth on the pinion are 18. Therefore I can write 2 into 43 divided by 43 plus 18. So I will be getting the value of Q as 1.41. Right? I got the value for Q. Now I am knowing Q. I will calculate D dash. D dash P is equal to M into ZP. So module is unknown. It is 18M. So D dash P is equal to 18M. And the unit will be in terms of mm. I got the value for D dash P. Now I will calculate K. K is equal to 0.16 into bracket BHN by 100 bracket square. So 0.16. The BHN carries the value of 400. So I can write 400 divided by 100 bracket square. And I will calculate this. So it is 400 by 100, it is 4 square. 4 square is equal to 16 into 0.16. So K is equal to 2.56. This is the value for what? K. Now we got all the element. Now I will calculate the wear strength. So I will keep all those values here. Therefore SW is equal to BQ D dash P into K. So B, we know that B is equal to 10 times module. Q 1.41, right? And D dash P 18M and K is equal to 2.56. And I will try to find out the value for SW now. So it is 10 into 1.41 into 18. 10 into 1.41 into 18 into 2.56. So I will get the value as 649.728 m square Newton. This is the value for what? Wear strength. I will mark this as equation B. Means we have calculated the beam strength. We have also calculated the wear strength. Now I will compare this equation A and equation B. If you will compare A and B, you will come to know that beam strength is less than the wear strength. So that's why SB is the beam strength is the criteria for design. So I can write here from A and B, from equation A and B, means from these two equations, we can say that we do have two values in front of us right now, SB and SW. So I will say here SB is less than the SW. Therefore SB is the criteria for failure or criteria for design. Therefore SB is the criteria for design. And we have already done that. If whatever is the weaker element or whatever is the criteria for failure, that has to be equated with P effective into Fs. Therefore, SB is equal to P effective into Fs. SB is equal to P effective into Fs. So I will mark this as equation C. SB is equal to P effective into Fs. Okay. So we have this equation, SB is equal to P effective into Fs. So here now what we are going to do, we will just find out we have just calculated the value of SB in terms of module. So I will just write down this equation A. SB is equal to, what was the value? 554.4 m square module. So the value in units of Newton. I will mark this as equation A. So I have just rewrite this equation. Now what I will do, I have calculated the SB initially in terms of m square. I will also calculate P effective in terms of module. We are knowing factor of safety. All these elements we will be keeping in this equation C, and at the end we are going to get the value of module. So I will start with P effective. So now P effective is given by CSPT divided by CV. Why we have used this equation? Because whenever we are designing the gear, always we have to use the approximate method by using velocity factor. And in the problem also they have mentioned assume velocity factor to account for dynamic load. Even though it could have not been mentioned, still we have used this equation because this is used in the initial stages of the gear design when the dimensions of the gear are not known. Here dimensions of the gear are not known means we are still designing the gear and we are in the initial phases. So I will start with PT first, and for finding out the value of PT we should know torque. So torque is equal to 60 into 10 raised to 6 into power in terms of kilowatt divided by 2 pi n. But my friends, here I will be using suffix ng because the gear is the weaker element, right? Therefore MT is equal to 60 into 10 raised to 6 into power in terms of kilowatt. I think power is given as 10 kilowatt here, and divided by 2 pi ng. Ng means what? RPM of gear. Gear is weaker, 602.791. And in case of calculation, your answer may vary slightly. So that's not the issue. Don't worry about that. Just concentrate on the process. So I will be calculating the value of MT. 60 into 10 raised to 6 into 10 divided by 2 pi into 602.791. So we got the value for torque 1584.035 Newton mm. This is the value for torque we got. Now from torque we will calculate PT, because PT is given by 2MT divided by D dash G. I will write here because the gear is the weaker element, right? 2 into the value of torque we are having 158418.035 divided by D dash G is nothing but M into ZG. So M is unknown and number of teeth on the gear are 43, right? So M into ZG, M is unknown, number of teeth on the gear are 43. So I will calculate PT. Already I do have this value with me, into 2 divided by 43. So I got the value as 7368.281 divided by M as value of PT. Now we will calculate CV as we have calculated PT. So for finding out the value of CV, we should know V. And in the problem they have mentioned that assume pitch line velocity as 5 meter per second. Even though it could have not been mentioned, according to this assumption we have taken it as 5 meter per second. But as they have mentioned here, take V is equal to 5 meter per second. So I will be taking the value of V as 5 meter per second. V is equal to 5 meter per second because it is given in the problem statement. Now based on this I will calculate CV. So for CV also they have given the condition 3 divided by 3 plus V. So I will use this condition. 3 divided by 3 plus V. We will calculate this, means 3 divided by 8, 0.375. So as we got the value for CV as 0.375, now we will calculate P. Now we will calculate the P effective. Therefore now P effective is equal to CSPT divided by CV. That is equal to, we will see the service factor. I think in the problem the service factor is twice the radiator factor, that's why CS is equal to 2. So CS is 2 into PT, we got this value of PT, that is 7368.281 divided by CV, velocity factor is 0.375. Okay. So therefore we will calculate P effective. Already we do have denominator, I will type the numerator, 2 into 7368.281, 7368, okay, so it is 2 into 7368.281 divided by answer, that is 0.375. So I am going to get the P effective as 39297.499. Okay, so here there has to be module M, here I will write divide by M. So this is the value of P effective I got. Okay, 39297.499 divided by M. So now we have calculated P effective here. So I will mark this P effective as equation D. I will mark this as equation D. So here we have calculated already SB, which is 554.4 m square in equation A. Now we have calculated P effective as 39297.499 in equation D. So what we will do, we will keep equation D and equation A in equation C. So I will say here put equation D, or put equation A and equation D in equation C. So therefore here SB I will keep A in equation C, so it is the value of 554.4 m square. Now I will keep equation D in equation C, that is equal to what? What is the value? 39297.499, 39297.499 divided by m. So 39297.499 divided by, 39297.499 divided by m, that is the value of P effective which we have calculated in equation number D, and into factor of safety, which is given as 1.5 in the problem. Now we will calculate the module. I will keep this m, I will take this m on this side, so it will become m cube, and that is equal to, already I have this value 39297.499. We'll multiply this by 1.5, okay, and divide by 554.4. So I got m cube as 106.324 mm cube. So it is a cube, I will take cube root. So cube root of the answer. So m is equal to 4.737 mm. So this is the value of module which we got. Now what I will do, I will just go, or I will just refer this table which we have to use for finding out the recommended series of module. What value we got? We got the value as 4.737 mm. And I will go for preferred value because in the problem they have said that determine the first preference module. Even though it has not been mentioned, we always go for choice 1, which is nothing but the recommended series of module. So after 4, the next value is 5. So I will say after 4.737 means after 4, the next value, preferred value is 5. So I will say therefore selecting the first preference module therefore m is equal to 5 mm. M is equal to 5 mm. So this is the answer we got for module. Okay, as we have calculated the value of module, we will find out the gear dimensions. What we will do, we will find out the gear dimensions, because we have to design the gear, means what, anyhow we have to find out the all other dimensions of gear. Okay, so first we will start with module is equal to 5 mm, and now face width, which is equal to 10 times module, means 10 into 5, that is equal to 50 mm. So I will say B is equal to 50 mm. We will go for pitch circle diameter of pinion. D dash P is equal to M into ZP. So M is 5 and number of teeth on the pinion, those are given as 18 in numbers in the problem statement. So 5 into 18, that is equal to 90. So I can write here, therefore D dash P is mm. Now we will calculate the next pitch circle diameter of gear. We will calculate now. So it is nothing but M into number of teeth of gear. So module is 5 and the number of teeth on the gear are 43. So I will say 43 into 5, 215 mm. So pitch circle diameter of gear is 215 mm. So what we have done, we have calculated all the values, module, face width, D dash P and D dash C. There are a lot of other dimensions like addendum, redundum, etc. But initially in case of gear design, these are the basic dimensions which we have calculated. As we have designed the gear and we have calculated all the dimensions of the gear, now as far as design is concerned, we have to check whatever dimensions we have calculated or whatever the gear we have designed, that is safe or not. So what we will do, we will check the design for its safety. The next point is checking the design. So we will go for checking the design of the gear. Checking the design. So again, for checking the gear design, we have to use the same equation, SB is equal to P effective into Fs, from which equation we have calculated the value of module. That same equation I am going to use here. So I will mark here as this as equation 1, like this. Okay. So first we are having the value of SB from equation A. The value was SB is equal to 554.4 m square. So I will write that value. SB is equal to 554.4 into m square Newton. This we have seen from equation A. Now we have designed the gear, and in the designing of the gear we got the value of module as 5 mm. So I will keep this m as 5, so it is 554.4 into 5 square. SB is equal to 554.4 into 5 square. I will calculate this. 554.4 into 5 square is 25. So I got the value as 13860 Newton for beam strength. Mark this as question 2. So here what we are doing, actually we got the value for SB in terms of m square. Now I will know the value. I am knowing the value of m. I have kept here. I got the value of SB in terms of some number. Similarly, I will do it for P effective in terms of some number, and then I will divide SB by P effective, and I will check whether this factor of safety is greater than the factor of safety given in the problem. If it is greater, then and then the design is safe. So we have done it for the first part. We have replaced the value of module and we got the value of beam strength. Now we will calculate P effective, which is given by P effective is equal to CSPT by CV. So I will say this P effective is nothing but corrected P effective. I will call it as a corrected P effective. Why it is corrected P effective, I will let you know after some time. So first we will calculate PT. First we will calculate the value of PT. So already we had the value of PT like this. See here, PT is equal to 7368.281 divided by m. So I will write PT is equal to 7368.281 divided by m Newton, and again m is equal to 5. But m is equal to 5, that value I will keep here. Therefore PT is equal to 7368.281 divided by 5. So I can write like this: 7368.281 738.281 divided by m. M is 5. So I got this value as 1473.656 Newton. Right? I got this value for PT as 1473.656 Newton. I got PT. Now I will calculate the value of CV. Now for finding out the value of CV, we should calculate V. See here, initially what we have done, we have assumed V is equal to 5 meter per second. Why we have assumed? Because for finding out the value of V, we were not knowing the pitch circle diameter. So I will say now V is equal to pi d dash g ng divided by 60 into 10 raised to 3. D dash g, why we have taken suffix g? Because gear is the weaker element. So for d dash g, m into zg, and module we were not linked, that's why we have assumed V is equal to 5 meter per second. So we will calculate V, and this V will be the corrected value of V because initially we have assumed V. So V is equal to pi d dash G, and d dash G is 215 into NG. NG means RPM of gear, which is 602.791. Divided by 60 into 10 raised to 3. So we'll be getting the corrected value of V. I will say pi into 215 into 602.791 divided by 60 into 10 raised to 3. So I got the corrected value of V as 6.786 meter per second. Okay, so now I will calculate the corrected CV. Okay, therefore I will say now CV corrected or corrected CV is calculated by using equation 3 divided by 3 plus V. Therefore it is 3 divided by 3 plus 6.786. Therefore corrected CV will get as, I am having value of denominator as 6.786 plus 3 and 3 divided by the answer. 3 plus 6.786 and 3 divided by the answer. I got the corrected CV as 0.307. So I got the corrected value of velocity factor. Now I will calculate the corrected P effective, because PT will not change, because anywhere in the for finding out the value of PT we have not considered like value of velocity in finding out the value of PT. That's why PT was unchanged. But V we have assumed as 5 mm. V we have assumed as 5 meter per second initially, because we were not knowing the pitch circle diameter of gear. So we have calculated the corrected V, and from that CV was corrected. We got the value of corrected CV now. So therefore we will calculate the corrected P effective, which is equal to CSPT by CV, and this CV was also corrected. That is equal to CS is a service factor which was given as 2 in the problem. Okay, so we got the value for PT. We have also calculated this value as 1473.656 is the value for PT, and CV we have calculated as 0.307. And from this we are going to get the P effective or corrected P effective. So I am having denominator 2 into, I will calculate numerator, 1473.656 divided by the answer. So I am going to get the value of P effective as 9614.132 Newton. Okay, this is the value for what? P effective. So I will keep these values of, I will say, beam strength equation 2 and P effective equation 3. I will keep equation 2 and 3 in equation A, and I will calculate the factor of safety. So I will say put equation 2 and equation 3 in equation 1. 2 and 3 we are keeping it in equation 1. So therefore here this is equation 2. I will keep equation 2 and equation 3 in equation 1. So what is the value of equation 2? We got here, it is 13860, that is equal to, here P effective is 9614.132, and factor of safety we have to calculate, and we have to check whether it is greater or less than the given factor of safety. So I am having this value, so I will type 13860 divided by the answer, right? 13860 divided by 9614.132. So the factor of safety which we got is 1.442. So here factor of safety we got is 1.442. This is the calculated factor of safety. So I will say here calculated factor of safety (1.442) is less than Fs given in the problem. Therefore, design is not safe, because this factor of safety has to be greater than the factor of safety given in the problem. So this value is less than the factor of safety given in the problem. That's why design is not safe. Now, as design is not safe, then what we have to do? So as I have selected the value of 5, now I will go, or I will switch by ternary method to the next series of modules. So I will say, therefore, selecting the next series of module, therefore selecting the next series of module, therefore m is equal to 6 mm we will select. Therefore m is equal to 6 mm. After 5 I will select 6, and accordingly I will find out the gear dimensions now, and I will check again. So I will go for gear dimensions. Like first I will get the module 6 mm, face width B 10 m, 10 into 6 is equal to 60 mm. Then we will go for pitch circle diameter of pinion. D dash P is equal to m into ZP. So 16 into 18 number of teeth on the pinion. So it is 6 into 18 is 108 mm pitch circle diameter of pinion. Six into 18 is 108, and pitch circle diameter of gear is m into ZG. M is 6 and number of teeth on the gear are 43. So 43 into 6 will be 258. Pitch circle diameter of gear will be 258 mm. So these are the dimensions of the gear. Now again what we have to do, whatever this value we have calculated, again I will check it for design. So we will checking it for design. Again same procedure we will follow. Here SB is equal to P effective into Fs will be the equation, right? So I will mark this equation as now equation P. and we know that SB is given by, already we have seen SB is nothing but 554.4 m square Newton. This is from equation A. We have seen in equation A like this, but now we have taken m as 6. M is equal to 6 mm, so I can get 554.4 into m as 6, so into 6 square, so I can write 554.4 into 36, 6 square is 36, so SB is equal to 19958.4 Newton. So I will mark this as equation Q. I got this value in terms of number. Similarly, I will do it for P effective. So this P effective will be the corrected P effective. P effective is equal to CSPT by CV, we are knowing. So now PT. Now we will calculate the value of PT. We know that PT is given by the equation 7368.281 divided by M. See here, PT is given by this equation, and we have seen that just now the module which we have selected is 6 mm. So 7368.281 divided by 6. So answer we are going to get it as PT is equal to 1228.047 Newton. Now we have calculated the value of P. Now we will calculate the value of CV, and for finding out the value of CV we should calculate V, because initially we have assumed V as 5 meter per second. Okay, but now we will calculate corrected value of V. It will be calculated by using this equation. V is equal to pi d dash g ng divided by 60 into 10 raised to 3. Suffix g we have used because gear is weaker. So pi into 258 is the pitch circle diameter of gear, ng is the RPM of gear, divided by 60 into 10 raised to 3. And we got the corrected value of V as 8.143 meter per second. As we got the corrected value of V, so we will go for corrected value of CV. So CV is given by corrected CV 3 divided by 3 plus V, and here we are using the value of V which is corrected 3 divided by 3 plus 8.143, and we will get the answer for CV as 0.269. So we got the value for CV, we got the value for PT, we are knowing CS, now we will calculate P effective. Therefore P effective is equal to, I will rewrite this equation, CSPT divided by CV. Therefore P effective is equal to service factor, it is given as 2 in the problem. This is the value of service factor which is given in the problem as 2, into PT. PT is what we have calculated as 1228.047. 1228.047 is the value of PT, divided by CV. CV is equal to 0.269. 0.269, and I will calculate now the value of P effective. So it will be 2 into 1228.047 divided by 0.269. So P effective is 9130.461 Newton. This is the value of P effective which I got right now, and I will mark this as equation R. I will mark this as equation R. So now what I will do, I will keep equation Q and equation R in equation P, so that I will check whether the factor of safety which I will calculate, that will be greater than the factor of safety given in the problem or not. So I will say put Q and R in equation P. To put equation Q and R in equation P, therefore SB is here, if you can see, 19958.4, 19958.4, that equals to P effective is 9130.461 into factor of safety which we have to calculate. Okay, I will just rewrite this 19958.4 is equal to 9130.461 into factor of safety. Okay, so I do have this answer. So 19958.4 divided by the answer. So factor of safety I got is 2.186. So I will say here calculated factor of safety Fs is equal to 2.186 is greater than Fs is equal to 1.5 given in the problem. Therefore design is safe. So what we have seen here, that whenever the design is not safe in the first stage, as the factor of safety was less than the given factor of safety in the problem, what we have done, we went for next series of module. We have calculated dimension again, and again we have checked the design, and we came to know that the design is safe because the calculated factor of safety is greater than the factor of safety given in the problem. This is nothing but the problem on estimation of module or gear design by using velocity factor when both the gears, that is pinion as well as gear, are made up of different materials. Okay, thank you.